He went through the table moments ago.
What's going on, WWE fans? You're watching The Ring Report, where the wrestling never stops. Subscribe, hit the bell, and let's break it down. Backstage at WWE, the morning had begun like any other. Crew members moved efficiently, lights flicked on, and the arena's hum of activity filled the corridors. But for one locker room, this routine was about to be disrupted in a way nobody could have anticipated. Roman Reigns, the stoic tribal chief, had just learned that his cousin and longtime teammate, Jimmy Uso, would no longer be part of the company's plans. The news didn't come from a private call or meeting. It came through whispers, social media, and rumors that reached even the highest levels of the Bloodline. For Roman, the revelation was crushing. The man who usually held control, who radiated confidence and authority both on screen and off, felt an unfamiliar vulnerability. He sat in silence at first, letting the reality sink in. And in those moments, the magnitude of the situation became clear, not just professionally, but personally, the weight of family and loyalty. The Bloodline was never just a wrestling faction. It was a living, breathing family unit built on decades of shared experiences, dreams, and struggles. Roman and Jimmy grew up side by side, experiencing life together from childhood football practices to personal challenges and victories in the ring. Jimmy's departure wasn't just a shift in storyline. It was the absence of someone who had been a constant in Roman's life, a partner who understood him in ways no one else could. The sense of loss Roman felt was raw and deeply human. Sources backstage described a man grappling with emotions he rarely displayed publicly, a reminder that beneath the character lies a person who values family above all else. Jay's silent struggle. While Roman's grief was visible, Jimmy's twin brother, Jay Uso, reacted in an entirely different way. Known for his humor and resilience, Jay became quiet, retreating from those around him. Witnesses said he was often seen alone, staring at nothing, processing the sudden shift in his world. The bond between the twins had been unshakable for their entire lives. For Jay, continuing with business as usual was impossible. The routines of the day suddenly felt hollow. Those who witnessed him in these moments described a mix of shock and heartbreak, a person trying to reconcile years of partnership with a reality that now demanded adaptation and resilience. Solo Sikoa and the burden of support. Solo Sikoa, the youngest member of the Bloodline, found himself in a role he hadn't fully anticipated. Usually the quiet enforcer, he became the emotional anchor for those struggling to cope. From checking messages repeatedly to attempting to console both Roman and Jay, Solo experienced the weight of responsibility in real time. The responsibility wasn't just about maintaining storylines. It was about supporting people he cared about. In these small human moments, the backstage reality of WWE became clear. Beyond the lights and cameras, real people navigate emotions, relationships, and loyalty every day. Behind the scenes of creative decisions. According to multiple accounts, the decisions that led to Jimmy's departure were less about performance and more about creative direction. Discussions about the faction's storylines, character arcs, and the future of the Bloodline reportedly prompted conversations behind closed doors that left Jimmy at odds with company leadership. These weren't disagreements in the heat of the ring. They were debates about storytelling, legacy, and the portrayal of a family unit that millions of fans had come to admire. For those in the locker room, it became a delicate balance between respecting corporate structures and honoring the very real bonds that define the team. Fan reactions and legacy fans quickly responded to Jimmy's departure, expressing support across social media and wrestling communities. Hashtags, messages, and posts celebrated his career and the authenticity he brought to the Bloodline. It was a reminder that wrestling is as much about connection as it is about spectacle. The audience recognized the human element behind the performances: loyalty, friendship, mentorship, and family. Jimmy's impact, they understood, went far beyond storylines and matches. It was the relationships and care he extended to those around him that truly defined his legacy. The future of the Bloodline. Moving forward, the Bloodline faces the challenge of continuing without one of its core members. The creative team and performers alike must adapt, crafting new stories while honoring the foundation Jimmy helped establish. This is a period of evolution, where resilience, communication, and authenticity will define the next chapter. Fans, too, will witness how real-life dynamics influence on-screen storytelling, creating a blend of performance and reality that is uniquely compelling in professional wrestling. A story about loyalty and humanity. At its heart, this story is about more than wrestling. It is about loyalty, family, and the bonds that survive even when circumstances change. Roman, Jimmy, Jay, Solo, and all those backstage have shown that the human side of wrestling is inseparable from the spectacle. The emotions, mentorship, and care they share are not scripted. They are lived experiences, influencing every match, promo, and storyline. Understanding this provides a deeper appreciation for the sacrifices and dedication that make professional wrestling resonate with millions worldwide. Honoring Jimmy Uso. Jimmy's departure does not erase his legacy. He helped shape one of the most iconic factions in WWE history, elevated the careers of countless peers, and remained a constant source of support for his family and friends. His influence continues in the skills, guidance, and example he left behind. Fans, colleagues, and mentors recognize that even absent from the spotlight, Jimmy's contributions endure. He embodied a combination of loyalty, heart, and professionalism that left a mark on the wrestling world far greater than any single storyline could capture. The real legacy. Ultimately, the story of Jimmy Uso's departure is about much more than a single person leaving a company. It's a reflection of human emotions, connections, and the way personal relationships intersect with professional life. Roman's reaction, Jay's silence, Solo's support, and the mentorship Jimmy provided all underscore the humanity behind the characters fans see on television. While WWE storylines may evolve, the influence of Jimmy Uso, the impact on his family, and the lessons of loyalty, trust, and resilience will remain a defining part of this era in wrestling history. A reminder for fans. As viewers, it's important to remember that what happens behind the scenes often carries as much weight as what is performed in front of the cameras. The Bloodline story, though complicated by circumstances, continues to highlight the value of family, trust, and human connection in an industry built on storytelling and spectacle. Watching these performers navigate professional challenges while maintaining personal integrity offers fans a deeper appreciation of both the art and the people behind it. Looking ahead. The future of the Bloodline, WWE, and those influenced by Jimmy Uso is still unfolding. Adaptation, growth, and understanding will shape the next chapters of this story. The lessons of loyalty, mentorship, and resilience serve as a guiding principle not only for those inside the ring, but for fans who follow along. Jimmy Uso's legacy, Roman Reigns' dedication, and the unwavering commitment of the remaining members will continue to inspire, proving that wrestling is about more than entertainment. It's about the people, the relationships, and the bonds that endure long after the spotlight fades.